Welcome back to the London Times. It is 14th of April, 2 a.m. Eastern now, and let's get started off with Euro USD 4-hour chart. As we discussed in the Tokyo Sydney overlap as well, price action is going to take a breather after about 400 points of rally the previous week. So it won't be a big surprise to see that Euro bulls will likely go for a break, maybe a couple of sessions or even more before resuming its rally. Now we are expecting price action or prices to drop at least towards 1170. We are trading around 1370.80 right now as we speak, and prices can drop towards the 1170. That is about 200 points lower from where we are right now, and that is where we should try and initiate long positions uh, again with the potential stop around 1.15 and targeting around 1.17 up there. 1.1, it's possibly going towards 1.19 as well, but 1.17 would be a decent target in the near term. All right, so as far as the trading activity is concerned, right now we are absolutely flat for the short term, and for positional traders as well. Maximum profits was recommended to be taken last week as well in that 400 pips rally, which has achieved first target around 1500 mark, and once we see that corrective wave, now the corrective wave could be in the shape of an expanded flat, or it could be in as a triangle, because what we have seen in the second wave was quite sharp. And if we go by the guidelines of alternation, I think wave 4 could be a bit sideways before it actually terminates and resumes or turns higher again. All right. So that is the story in euro. As far as the wave theory is concerned, uh, the, the price action which began on 13th of January from 1.0177 lows has moved has completed minute wave 1, minute wave 2, and minute wave 3 uh, as we speak. And minute wave 3, yes, if it's not the same in the dollar index, but at least in the euro USD, it was almost hitting 0.61 Fibonacci 0.618 extension. So minute wave 3 potentially complete, and now we are looking for a minute wave 4 corrective drop towards 1.1170 before it continues to rally again. Now if we look at the hourly chart, the kind of pattern which is unfolding right now is let me zoom in a bit. We can see it's 3 down and 3 up as well. So won't be surprised to see a series of 3-wave movement, and if it is 3 down and 3 up and again 3 down and up, that would be indicating a triangle. So at least one more 3-wave move would indicate a potential triangle in the making, or a combination WXY in the making. All right, so we will have to just wait for a while before indicating what kind of a pattern is unfolding. in the meanwhile, if okay, there is a possibility of an expanded flat as well, so we will keep an eye on the price action. Right now, we're suggesting a flat in euro after booking profits over the last week. All right. So that is the story in the euro. Let's begin with the dollar index. All right, that's the 4-hour chart for the dollar index, as we just discussed in the previous chart for euro, which actually hit the Fibonacci 0.618 target for the minute wave 3. That is not the case seen for the dollar index. It has refrained from dropping lower and potentially formed a bottom quite ahead of the 0.618 Fibonacci extensions at 98.25. So the bottom in place might be in place at around 99, and what we now see is a potential wave 4 of a minute degree, which should unfold going forward. Now, how soon it is going to unfold is anyone's guess, because wave 2 of the minute degree, just as we discussed in the euro, was quite sharp in the dollar index as well. Now, if minute wave 4 is unfolding, and it most likely looks like minute wave 4 is underway, then it would not be very soon. Ideally, it would take some time after a bit of sideways action, possibly an expanded flat or a triangle in the making, before minute wave 4 actually terminates. Now, the potential for minute wave 4 to terminate is around the 38.2% of wave 3, but it's not necessary. We've brought up the 23% retracement as well, around 101.58. So it's quite possible that prices may reverse from 101.58, which is the 23% retracement. And let's check the channel as well. Look at the channel line. Convergence is also coming around the 23% Fibonacci ratio on 18th of April, that is this month. Alright, so it could be possible that maybe the entire week, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18, maybe this entire week may go as a sideways action, as a minute wave 4 subdivides or unfolds. Alright, that's the story for the dollar index. In the wave structure, as far as the trading point of view is concerned, we request to refrain from trading. Actually, most of the profits for intraday and interday traders were booked on Friday uh, last week, and for positional traders as well, maximum profit suggestion was made, because we might see a meaningful pullback. There's no point in losing what we have gained actually, so there is possibly going to be yet another opportunity to initiate positions on the short side coming up through. All right, so we will wait for price action to rally through 101.50 levels now before suggesting any further short positions or fresh short positions to be taken in the dollar index. All right, that's the trading point of view. And wave structure point of view, minute wave 4 is in the making, And if we do a rough calculation, I mean, let's remove this wave 3 and expecting that wave 3 is already complete. If we look at the extension of fifth wave for a minute degree, you can see price action dropping all the way, or potentially dropping all the way towards 97, possibly 95 as well. Alright, so that won't be a big surprise for dollar bears to drag prices all the way towards 95 levels. But it remains to be seen how far it is going to happen, because now wave 4 is still underway and it's going to take, maybe it's going to take some time uh, before wave 4 actually terminates. Right, so we'll have to just wait for a few more trading sessions as we just kind of enjoy it like a holiday or like a trading break. Because if we try and go on the opposite side or the counter trend, it might be more riskier than what we think right now, because the overall trend is lower and any selling on rallies is good to be a safe trading strategy. All right, so let's remain a flat for a while and then we will look around the possibilities going forward. All right. Okay. Now, pound, as we discussed in the last session again, we are discussing it one more time. That is the 4-hour chart in pound, and by all means, if profits have not been realized, it should be done now, and it's quite possible that wave 5 could be in the making. But let's not forget euros and the dollar indexes are possibly unfolding minute wave 4. So minute wave 4, let it unfold. We need to see prices dropping back towards the 2700 or 2600 for a minute wave 4 decline before minute wave 5 begins to cut loose on the long side again. All right. So not much to discuss in pound. The trend remains up, but since that that 3rd February low around the 1.2250, we've been consistently calling longs in pound with a potential target of 32, 3300. Now that was met over the last week, and it is good to remain. I mean, profits were realized. If not, you can realize it now as we speak around the 31, mid 31 levels, and ideally we would enter on the long side again, but not at this point in time or not at this point in speaking. We need some corrective decline back towards the 2700 or even lower before bulls are back again in control. All right, so it is once again a humble request, even for positional traders, to take take complete profits off the desk and kindly remain flat in pound. All right. As far as gold is concerned, uh, and as we discussed in the previous session as well, possibility remain for gold to enhance to further highs or fresh highs going forward. The reason being an alternate count which we have suggested in the previous session could be wave 3 and 4 already completed as we discussed earlier. This is an alternate count though, and right now what we are seeing is let me bring out the wave structure. Now that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so it could be plotted as the sub-minute wave. All right. And as the five waves of a sub-minute degree unfolds, it could be wave one of minute, and then corrective decline of wave two, and then we are looking for 3, 4, and 5. That would be orange minute. This is what was the alternate count which we discussed briefly over the last session, the Tokyo Sydney overlap. So you have if this wave theory, if this wave count is unfolding right now, then we are to see much higher levels as the fifth wave extends. Right, the fifth wave of the minute degree extends, of course, and even on the minor wave, the extension would be far above 3266. All right, that's it. That this is an alternate count though, but we need to keep this in mind. Okay, so what's the trading strategy then? Right now, there is no trading strategy except for one aggressive short trade which we have taken in the portal, and we are still waiting for a bit of correction, because if that is wave one of three, then prices should decline towards wave two of three. I'm talking about wave three at a minute degree. You get minute wave one, minute wave two, and if it's one of three, then uh, at least a 50% correction towards the 3100 levels cannot be ruled out, correct? So that's what we are waiting for to take profits in the aggressive shorts initiated earlier. But if you are wanting a further price action, then it is not the right time to go short. The right time to go short in terms of a confirmed price action would be when prices break below 2950, which was the last week low. After the big sell-off, that 2950 would be an ideal low, which should be taken out first before we can declare that okay, meaningful top is in place. So please remain flat for now, and we keep our options open for both probabilities. One, looking at the divergence scenario on several different time frames, it is quite possible that a major top could be in place, but again, looking at the wave counts and the wave structure, we need to keep ourselves open with a potential minute wave 5 extension, and that would, if it is an extension unfolding, that would rally all the way towards the 3500 marks. All right. Okay, so that's the story in gold for now. At this point in time, we go with the adjusted wave counts, where we got minute wave 3 and 4 complete, and minute wave 5 is still underway. Potential targets around 3266. All right, that's the story in gold. Bitcoin, as I said, we would be looking for a corrective decline now towards 78. Let's see if we got that. Because now what we can see on the chart is at least a motive structure. Now, when you see a motive structure like that, it's not an impulse wave though. It is a motive wave which has unfolded into five waves: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and 5. So at least a five-wave structure is complete, which could give way to a three-wave corrective decline. And potentially the three-wave corrective decline could go and terminate around the 38.2% or 50%. The 81 or 79.80 mark, where the corrective wave would complete, and then an extension would push prices higher again towards the 90,000 mark or 90,600. Right, so we would be looking to go long somewhere close to 80,000, maybe around 4,000 lower than what prices are trading right now. The stop loss very tight, just below the 74,434. We can afford to place a stop loss right below that, because that is, I mean, the movement is in five waves. That's a motive structure. All right, so that's the story in Bitcoin. We'll just wait for a while for a price break towards 80,000 before we get on the long side, sir. But Bitcoin is not a buy towards a new high. Remotely, things are quite possible for a new high if that particular impulse wave was a part of an expanded flat structure. But otherwise, it's quite possible that Bitcoin has completed the first impulse lower and is now unfolding three waves higher. All right, we got to be careful in initiating longs for a new high actually. 90,000, and I think we would be good to come out of the long positions and begin to turn short. All right, sir, and the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones 4-hour chart now coming up on the screens. Now, actually, prices are stalling from where they were last week. But tell you what, we need to be prepared for two conditions now. If it is wanting to make an impulse wave and there is no rule broken while we plotted wave 1, 2, 3, potential wave 4 and 5 lower, that would complete an impulse and then give way to a three-wave corrective rally before the third wave, massive third wave sell-off begins. The first alternate is already the third wave is underway, where we got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 complete. That could be wave 1 of 3, and we might have seen wave 2 of 3 also completing. All right. So if the third wave is extending, if the third wave is unfolding, then we've got wave 1, wave 2 in place, and if that is correctly done, wave 3 would unfold lower from here, the massive sell-off starting from here itself. So the common point is that it's good to remain on the short side uh, as we speak around the current levels, with a stop loss around potential stop loss goes above 45,500, right? So those are the stories as we move into the London session, and we will be back in a few hours to touch base or continue the story in the New York Open. All right, so until the next one, as always, please do take care and God bless, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.